Hey everyone, welcome to our podcast. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Brooke. And we're so excited you're here because today we're talking about buying online businesses that are already making money.
Instead of spending months or years trying to build a business from scratch, you can buy one that already has traffic, sales, customers, and profits.
Most people don't know a thing about it.
And that's why we're doing this 12-part series to show you how regular people can buy profitable websites, SaaS products, e-commerce stores, blogs, and other digital businesses.
We're going to make it simple, fun, and real. I'm going to ask all the questions that you might be thinking while Daniel explains everything in normal human language.
When I first discovered websites like Flippa, Empire Flippers, and Acquire, I realized people were buying and selling online businesses the same way people buy and sell houses.
I remember you showing me a website saying this will make $6,000 a month. And I was like, wait, what do you mean a website makes money every month?
And I told you, websites can make money from ads, from selling products, from subscriptions, from affiliate commissions. And when these websites start making consistent income, their owners can make and sell them to people like us.
And that's when we said, okay, people are out here flipping digital real estate like houses.
Exactly. That's what this podcast is about. How to find those businesses, how to know if they're real or scams, and how to buy them safely and how to make them passive.
And for anyone who's thinking, okay, but what kind of website are we talking about? That's what we're going to explain right now.
So there's many different types of online businesses. There are four main types that people buy. First, content websites. They're blogs or websites that make money from ads or affiliate links. The owner writes articles, Google sends traffic, and money comes in.
So it's like someone has a website that teaches people about gardening and they get paid because people visit it and click ads.
Exactly. Second, e-commerce or dropshipping stores. These are websites that sell physical products. Some don't.
Like an online boutique or a pet toy store.
Third, SaaS stands for software as a service. These are subscription-based tools or apps that people pay for each month.
So instead of selling t-shirts, you're selling software.
That's right, exactly. And the fourth type, membership or course websites, places where people pay monthly or pay once to access exclusive content, community, or training.
So like a website that teaches people how to play guitar or a site with keto recipes.
That's right. And those can be bought and sold too.
If these websites make money, why would anyone sell them?
People sell for three main reasons. They're tired, they want money for something else, or life gets too busy. It's not always because something is wrong.
But sometimes it's because something is wrong.
Yeah. It can be like that. And that's where the due diligence comes from, knowing what to check before you buy.
Okay, tell them the first time you showed me a Flippa listing.
I was sitting on the couch scrolling through Flippa and I said, there's a website here making $6 grand a month and somebody wants to buy it for 90,000.
And I said, is that legal?
And I said, apparently, yes. Ultimately, in this series, we're going to teach you how to find these types of websites for sale, how to tell if revenue is real or fake, how to check for analytics and financials, how to buy safely using escrow, how to have it managed passively, and how our company, Next Level Biz, helps people do just this with guarantees.
And we're going to make it easy enough that anyone can understand, even if you've never bought a domain in your life.
Okay, so in this section, we're going to explain how to spot whether a business is legit or scam.
And I'll be asking all the dumb, I mean helpful questions along the way.
All right, so let's talk about the first time we actually try to buy an online business.
Oh boy, this one stressed me out.
I was refreshing Flippa like it was Instagram, and one night I found this listing.
And you said, babe, this one makes $9,000 a month. And I remember staring at you like, Daniel, please don't send this person our money.
And I said, no, look, it says profitable, passive, owner only works 2 hours a week.
And I said, that sounds like a Disney movie or a scam.
But to be fair, it kind of was both.
I remember asking you, what if this person just Photoshop numbers and laughs while taking our money?
And that was the moment I realized I had no idea how to check if this was real.
Exactly. And I said, so let me get this straight. You want to send 40,000 to a stranger on the internet for a website we don't understand?
And I said, when you say it like that, it sounds Worse.
Because it is worse.
So that's when we made a rule. No buying any website unless we know exactly how to verify the numbers.
And that's what people need. Not hype, verification.
How do you know if a website is real or fake?
This is the part I wish someone had explained to us earlier.
First thing we look at is revenue verification. Real revenue, not screenshots. Screenshots can be edited in 10 seconds.
So what do you ask for?
Read-only access to their Stripe account or Shopify or PayPal. Something where you can see real transactions.
Like actual customer payments.
If they say no or they make excuses, that's a red flag.
Okay, what's next?
Traffic. Where is the website traffic coming from? Google Analytics tells us everything. How many people visit, where they're from, how long they stay, if they're bots or real people.
If the traffic is all from random bots in weird countries, that's bad.
Traffic has patterns. United States, Canada, UK, Australia. Real devices, real behavior, not bots bouncing in 3 seconds.
Can we list out the big warnings?
Yes, huge red flags are like this. Seller refuses to show live revenue data. No Google Analytics access. Sudden drop in traffic. Revenue comes only from one random TikTok video that went viral once. Seller says, trust me, more than one day shake proof.
My favorite is the seller who writes, I'm only selling because I'm bored.
You're bored of making $10,000 a month.
If you're bored, I'll take it.
So this step is the difference between buying a successful business and buying digital sand.
People skip because they're excited and think they found the perfect listing.
Emotion makes people blind. Data makes people rich.
Okay, next, we're going to talk about what happened with that 40,000 website.
Yes, because we didn't buy it. And thank God we didn't. You're going to hear why a little later. Next, we're going to explain the different places you can actually buy these businesses, like Flippa, Empire Flippers, Acquire.com, and which ones we trust more.
Which ones almost gave me a heart attack.
All right, so let's talk about where people actually go to buy these online businesses.
This is where I got overwhelmed at first because you kept saying Flippa this, Empire Flippers, that, Quar.com, and I was like, are these real websites or Pokemon characters?
They're real and they're the biggest platforms for buying online businesses, but they're all very different.
Okay, start with Flippa. What is Flippa symbol in English?
Okay, Flippa is like the eBay of online businesses. Anyone can list anything. You can find good deals, but also scams and junk.
So it's kind of like Wild West?
Exactly. You can find gems, but you can also get robbed by a tumbleweed.
And it's filled with listings. I make 12,000 a month from cat socks, but I'm bored, so I'm selling.
You have to be very careful.
What about Empire Flippers?
Empire Flippers is like the luxury dealership for online businesses. They verify revenue and traffic before a business can even be listed.
So it's safer.
Way safer, more expensive, and harder to get into.
So Flippa is like Craigslist, and Empire Flippers is like Mercedes dealership.
Perfect analogy. Flippas buy this website from my basement. Empire Flippers like this business have paperwork or expensive suit and tie.
What about Acquire.com?
Acquire.com is mostly for SaaS businesses, software companies, like little apps that people subscribe to.
So instead of selling t-shirts or ads, it's like selling a mini Netflix.
Exactly. Recurring subscriptions, tech heavy, higher price tags.
And are they verified like Empire Flippers?
They do light verifications, but not as strict. You still need to be double checking everything.
Okay, so I'm going to summarize fancy car dealership. Stuff is expensive, but at least the engine works. Quar.com, the tech nerd marketplace, apps, software, subscription money.
That's exactly right.
Thank you. I'm basically a genius now. So which one do you trust the most?
Empire Flippers for safety, Flippa for cheap opportunities. So, in the next part, we're going to explain how to actually read a listing.
Because some of those listings feel like reading tax documents.
We'll break down what numbers actually matter, what passive really means and doesn't mean.
And all Shopify screenshots look the same?
All right.
Perfect. Let's go.
All right. Let's get into one of the most important parts, how to actually read one of these listings and understand what's real and what's complete nonsense.
Yes, because the first time I looked at a list, I had no idea what I was looking at. It was like numbers, acronyms, profit, revenue, net, gross, traffic, margins.
There are three numbers you always look at: revenue, profit, and traffic.
Okay, explain them like I'm five.
Revenue is how much money the business makes. Profit is how much is left after expenses. Traffic is how many people visit the website.
So traffic doesn't mean cars.
Right, that's exactly right.
Profit is what actually matters because that's what you take home.
Exactly. A website can make $10,000 a month in revenue, but if 9,500 goes to ads and expenses, it's actually only making $500.
So they're bragging about 10,000, but really it's a 500 business that with anxiety problems.
Pretty much. So when we look at a listing, the first thing we check are monthly revenue, monthly profit, profit margin percent, traffic per month, and where the traffic comes from.
What's a good profit margin?
For content websites, 80% or more is normal. For e-commerce, 20 to 40%, usually 60 to 90%.
It's like 5%.
Unless you like stress.
Now explain why sellers try to lie because I know some of them do.
Oh, they do. Here's the most common tricks. Fake screenshots, Shopify, or Stripe revenue. Bots or fake traffic from click farms. Showing the best month ever, not the average. Not showing expenses, only revenue. Saying passive when they're working 40 hours a week.
Passive. But you answer 73 customer service emails a day.
Exactly. So when the listing says only 30 minutes a week of work, we always ask, doing what?
And if they say answering 200 messages and updating 50 products, then it's not passive. That's a part time job.
Yeah, passive means systems do most of the work for you, not you doing them.
Now, talk about traffic because that part confused me the most.
Traffic tells you whether people are actually showing up to the website. Real traffic comes from Google, Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, email ads. Fake traffic comes from bots and click farms.
So, how do you spot fake traffic?
If you see high traffic but low revenue, that's suspicious. If all traffic is from weird countries where buyers don't live, suspicious. If people only stay on the site for 3 seconds, that's suspicious.
What's the normal time someone stays on the site?
1 to 3 minutes is good. Anything like 5 seconds means they bounced or they're bots. So
If someone listing remembers nothing else, what's the one rule?
believe live data. Don't believe screenshots. Believe live data.
Because screenshots can lie, data streams can't.
Exactly.
This makes so much more sense now, but I feel like people are thinking, okay, but how do I actually talk to a seller? What do I do now?
And that's exactly what we're talking about next. Okay, so now that people know how to read the listing, the next question is, what do you actually say to the seller?
Yes, just message them like, hey, can I buy your website?
And the answer is no. You need to sound confident, professional, and like you know what you're talking about and how this works, even if it's your first time.
Let's give them the exact words to say.
Here's what I usually send. Hey, I'm interested in your listing. Before making an offer, could you provide read-only access to Google Analytics, screen share, or Loom video of your revenue, Stripe, Shopify, or PayPal? Break down the monthly expenses and traffic sources. Thanks. Excited to hear back from you. Very
Uh,
simple.
I love it. It's polite but confident. You're not begging, you're checking.
Exactly. And if they ignore you or refuse to show proof, you move on.
Okay. What if they reply and say, sure?
Then I say, great. Please add me as read-only to Google Analytics at this email. If possible, could you also send a Loom video showing live revenue on your dashboard?
And if they send that, it's a good sign.
Yes. It means that they're open, transparent, and probably legit.
What if they say, I don't give analytic access or I don't do screen shares?
Then you say, I completely understand, but I only purchase verified businesses with real analytics. Without that data, I can't move forward.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Exactly. So,
Okay. Give me rapid fire seller questions.
sure. How does a business make money? What are the monthly expenses? How much time do you spend working on it weekly? Why are you selling it? What skills or tools do I need to run it? When did the revenue start? Is it stable or declining? Can you verify Shopify and Stripe and all the other ones? Can I get read access only to website analytics? Sellers respect serious buyers.
Okay, but what if they start using words like EPC, churn, CPM,
What if they,
and some other ideas that I don't know what they mean?
that's actually a really good question, bro. It's better to ask a question than pretend to lose money. If you don't know it, that's perfectly okay. You can ask them, hey, I don't understand this. Explain it to me. If they answer questions, but trust me, refuse analytics and it says they only send screenshots, then that's a warning.
If someone says, many buyers are interested, please send money today.
Real businesses don't work like that. They're not legit.
I feel like people are now way more confident about talking to sellers.
Good, because in the next section, we're going to talk about money,
How much should you actually pay for these websites?
valuations, multiples, what's overpriced, what's a steal, and how to negotiate without being a jerk.
So, next part, how much should you pay for a website that makes money?
Let's do it.
All right, Daniel, this is the part everybody wants to know. How much does it actually cost to buy one of these businesses?
Most online businesses are priced based on something called a multiple.
Multiple of what?
A multiple of the monthly or yearly profit, not revenue profits.
So, if a website makes 2,000 profit a month, how do you figure out the price?
You take that 2000, multiply it by somewhere between 24 and 40.
Why those numbers?
Because 24 means you're paying for 2 years of profit up front. 40 means you're paying for about 3.5 years of profit. That's the standard range.
Someone is selling a website that makes 2,000 a month and they're asking 80,000. That means it's about 40 times multiple.
Exactly. And that would be considered on the expensive side unless it's really high quality business.
What's considered a good deal.
Anything around 24 to 30 monthly profit is usually fair. Below 24 is great. Above 35, you better make sure it's truly high quality.
Okay, so give me a real simple examples so I don't mess this up.
Yeah, of course. $1,000 profit a month, 30 times multiple. $30,000 sell price. 3,000 profit, 28. 10,000, 32.
That's way more straightforward than I thought. How do you make an offer without sounding rude or desperate?
You stay respectful. You base everything on math. Thank you for the details based on the last 6 months of average profit. The business is earning about $2,500 at 30. It sounds 75. Would you be open to that offer? Something fair.
That's confident but polite.
Exactly. No lowballing to be annoying. No begging. Just logic.
Do sellers expect you to negotiate?
On Flipper, yes. On Empire Flippers, not as much. On Acquire.com, it just depends.
So Flipper like is a garage sale. Empire Flippers buy like a Tesla.
Perfect analogy.
What if they say yes? Then what? Do you just PayPal them the money?
That's where the escrow comes in.
Like when people buy a house?
Exactly. The money goes to a trusted third-party service like Empire Flippers Escrow or escrow.com. This one only gets the money after they transfer the business and you confirm everything works.
So you're both protected.
No one sends strangers $50,000.
Okay, and the next part we should talk about what happens after they accept your offer.
Migration, transferring logins, making sure nothing breaks, and how not to freak out.
Also, did we just become business owners or did we just make a huge mistake?
That part too.
Let's go there next. Okay, so let's say someone made an offer. The seller agreed, escrow is set up. What happens next?
This is the part called migration, basically transferring the business from seller to you. Yes, because it feels very real, very fast. You're sending money into escrow. They're sending logins, files, domains, everything.
Okay, break it down. What exactly gets transferred?
Sure. So here's the list of some of the things that gets transferred. You get the domain name, you get the website hosting or Shopify account if it's a Shopify, email list, login and credentials, payment processors like Stripe or PayPal, social media accounts, any digital products or software code, ads accounts, Google, Facebook, TikTok, whatever.
So you basically get handed the keys to the digital house.
Exactly. You make sure all passwords are changed, all accounts are under your name, and nothing's connected to the seller.
How long does migration take?
Depends for simple current content website, 3 days. For Shopify store, maybe a week. For SaaS apps, maybe 2 to 4 weeks.
Be honest, the first time we did this, were you nervous?
Oh yeah, I remember logging into the site for the first time and thinking, we own this now. Please, let's not break this.
And I asked, what if the revenue stops tomorrow?
That's it. And then we learn a $20,000 lesson.
Not comforting. So how do you not panic after buying a business?
3 things. Make sure nothing changes immediately. Monitor the traffic and sales daily. Don't add new features or redesign anything yet. The first rule after buying a business is don't break what's already working.
So don't be a hero, just make sure it still runs.
Exactly.
When do you actually start changing things?
Great question. After 30 to 45 days of stability, you see how it works, and then you start improving SEO, creating new content, running ads, optimizing page speed. email marketing, hiring a virtual assistant.
So you first make sure you didn't buy a stinking ship, then you upgrade as you go.
Exactly.
What if traffic drops right after buying it?
Could be normal, could be seasonal, could be Google update. That's why you always ask the seller for 30 days of support.
So if something breaks, they help fix it.
Good sellers always agree to something like that.
So how do you make it passive instead of stressful?
You automate as much as possible. Use tools like Zapier, Make.com, AA schedulers, hire VAs for customer service, use automated email sequences, schedule content in bulk.
And that's when it becomes true digital real estate. Money coming in, system doing the work.
Exactly.
So what's next?
And in the next episode, we're diving deeper into Flippa versus Empire Flippers, real listings, real numbers, and what we always.
And that's the story that I asked. There was a great one that we kept going. Okay, let's go.
All right. If you're still here with us, you now officially know more about buying online business than 99% of people do.
Seriously, we covered what these businesses are, what's wrong with them, and
How
how
to make
they
it
work,
passive. And this is only episode one.
which is crazy.
So let's do a fast recap.
Number one, yes, you can buy websites and online businesses that already make money.
Number two, places like Flippa, Empire Flippers, and Acquire.com are where you go to find them.
Number three, don't trust screenshots, trust live revenue data and Google Analytics.
Number four, you figure out the price using monthly profit times a multiple.
Number five, after buying, don't panic, stabilize, automate, and then scale.
Number six, things go wrong sometimes, but problems can be fixed if you stay calm and data driven.
So, what's coming next in episode two?
Episode two is called Flippa versus Empire Flippers, where we almost bought a $40,000 mistake.
That's the one where I asked you, Daniel, are we about to send our savings to stranger on the internet?
Yes, and you hear the whole story of what we almost bought, what we backed out of, and the exact red flags we found just in time.
And we'll compare the real listings from Flippa and Empire Flipper so you can see the difference instantly.
And we'll show you the exact questions we asked the seller that reveals the truth.
So, if you want to learn this step by step with us, make sure you follow or subscribe to this podcast.
And if you already own a business and you want real reviews, real traffic, or help scaling, you want us to help build or manage business for you, that's what we do at Next Level Biz, NXTLBLBIZ.
And you can reach out to us anytime, no pressure. We're here to help.
All right, episode two is going to be a good one.
Thank you for listening.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.